Hello students, this video is the continuation of the section A. In the last question for C, you can, without using the similarity concept, directly you can find the area of a triangle ADB as the dimensions are known, base and height is known. You can find out area of triangle ADB as well as ABC, and finding the areas, you will get 1 mark, and by writing the ratio 1:5, and you will get 1 mark. So this is also another method. Without using similarity directly, you can find out, because once you find CD, you will be able to find out AC. So you can find out the areas directly, you can find out. Now we'll move on to the question number 5A. 5A, the marking scheme is like that. You have to find out the mark price. I've used the formula of selling price is equal mark price into 1 minus, when discounts are given, 1 minus D1 upon 100 into 1 minus D2 and upon 100. If rate of tax is also there, so 1 plus R upon 100. So used along with, if you found separately, it's okay. But so that's why it is for finding these values. Okay, so 2 marks. And after that, finding the value of mark price, will get 1 mark. And in the next question 5B, many students have not written the answer correct up to 2 significant figures. And here b square minus 4ac, after finding b square minus, instead of substitution in the formula, I will get 1 mark. Finding square root of 113 by using square root table will get 1 mark. And some students forgot that how to find out square root of 113. Okay, we'll discuss in the coming session. And now we will see that here the answer, finally you have to write all these 4 values, and your last answer should be up to 2 significant figures, means 4.4 or minus 0.91, not a 90, because here after that 7 is there, so up to, so 0 before the numeral is not counted, so significant figure start from here, so 91. And here if you write 4.40, then also it's wrong, because 0 after the numeral is counted. So answer in 2 significant digits is 4.4 minus 0.91. And 5C, most of the students have done it correctly. Framing the equation part, that you will get 2 mark, and correct quadratic equation 1 mark, and solving and writing the answer 1 mark. And now we'll move on to the question 6A. Most of the students did not understand that here AB is to AB. P is a point on AB. So AP is to PB will be 1:2. Sorry, 2:1. Not because PB will, because here AB is to whole AB is given 2:3. So AP is to PB will be 2:1. If you are doing this here for this step, you will get 1 mark. Not for this step, actually. For this step, you will get 1 mark. And right, so using the correct section formula, substitution in the section formula, you will get, you have to show the substitution, then directly you cannot write this step directly. And 1 mark. And getting the values of coordinates of P, you will get 1 mark. Now next 6B is using the proportion. So one, at least in the first step, you have to use the componendo dividendo. If you have not used componendo dividendo the first step, directly if you are writing this answer 2 into 3x, that you will get answer like this, 2 times of this into, then you will not get 1 mark, this 1 mark. Okay, I have taken this as A. Without that also, if you do directly, you will get this answer only. After that, taking square root on both sides, 1 mark. And after that, again solving using componendo dividendo, or somebody has solved as an equation, quadratic equation, then also will get these 2 answers, 4/3 and 1/3. Then you will get 1 mark. Now proving this, I don't know, this is, most of the students have done this sum correctly, and you will get 4 marks for solving correctly. 7A, and finding a square correctly, you will get 1 mark. And after that, equation equating the matrices. So value, getting the value of x 1 mark, and getting the value of y will get 1 mark. Now how many terms are needed? He explained the reason for double answer. Many students are not able to write the reason for double answer. See here we are getting, first of all you have to substitute in the formula. Sn formula, you will get 1 mark, and getting the answer n is 21 and 22. So you are getting sum of first 21 terms as well as sum of first 22 terms you are getting as uh, 693. So that means 22nd term, as it is a decreasing AP, the 22nd term must be 0. You can show that without showing also if you have reasoned that, because it is a decreasing AP. 20 reason you have to write as 22nd term is 0. That is the reason for double answer, because first 21 terms as well as 22 term is the same answer, because 22nd term is 0. That is the answer. And if you are not written the reason, you will lose 1 mark. Now we'll move on to the next question, 7c. Here in 7c, you have to find the value of p. For that, you have to use any one of the method. But I have used the step deviation method. But in this here, this value, finding the mid values or class mark correctly, you will get 1 mark. And correct sigma f or correct sigma fx or sigma fd, if you have found correctly, you will get 1 more mark. And after that you have to substitute in the formula, whatever formula you have used. I have used step deviation method. So if you use the formula correctly of substitution in the formula correctly, you will get 1 mark. And after that, getting the value of p, it should be a number, isn't it? Frequency cannot be in fraction. So p should get as 16, then 1 mark. Now 8a, this is a proportion sum based on, so you have to use here if condition is given. So you have to start from here, you have to do this. You cannot do the reverse one. Otherwise you can start and end with this, that's okay. But you cannot do the reverse. You somebody have done component to dividend of this, and that is incorrect method. We cannot, if condition is given, you have to start from if, then you have to something, you have to substitute, and or you have to do something here and to show that both are equal. You cannot start from the reverse. That is incorrect method, and remember that. Okay. So now here in 8b, uh, here a reminder obtained on dividing this polynomial by x minus 2. So here substituting x is equal to 2 and getting this value of 2, you will get 1 mark. And again it is divided another polynomial, so you can name the other polynomial as q of x. And if you divide by x plus 3, and you have to substitute at q of minus 3, and you are getting this value, and you will get 1 mark. And there is a condition given. Remainder is obtained in the first case is 2 times the remainder obtained on the second case. So if you equate that, and we will get the answer k is equal to 4. So if you're getting the answer k is equal to 4, you will get 1 mark. Now 8c is a height and distance sum. Here we have to find the height correct up to 3 significant figures. So here also many students were not able to write the answer in 3 significant figures. Here you have to draw the diagram. Remember that without diagram in height and distance you will not be given mark. For drawing correct diagram, 1 mark. And after that you have used the two triangles and found the values correctly, you will get 1 mark. And finding the height of the monument correct to 3 significant figures, this should be 94.6. Many students left the answer here, so they lost this mark. And now we'll move on to the question number 9. Here you are given the roots are equal, so b square minus 4ac will be 0, and substitution of the values of b, a and c in the formula, you will get 1 mark. Getting the quadratic equation, you will get 1 mark, and getting the values of k as 85 and 1, you will get 1 more mark. Now we'll move on to question 9b. Here you are given triangle OPQ, AB is parallel to PQ. So therefore OA upon PA is equal OB upon PQ. So you have to write this triangle name and you have to write which two lines are parallel. After that, you have to write, and you have to write the reason. See, you have to name, marks will be given when name of the triangle with the reason is given. Without that, if you have written this triangle is missed out, and directly if you write, and you will not get mark. Same way, if you take in the other triangle, OPR, AC is parallel to PR. Therefore, OA upon PA is equal to OC upon CR. So if we combine these two results, we will get another result, OB upon BQ is equal to OC upon CR. So therefore, BC is parallel to QR. So now, you suppose these two ratios are equal in a triangle, then for BC will be parallel to QR by converse of basic proportionality theorem. Without reason, if you have written this proof, then you will not get mark. Now question 9C, construct histogram. Histogram, see that the marking scheme like this. First of all, you have to take proper scale, and you have to write marks and number of students, and you have to write a scale. Scale is not written, you will not get marks. Scale as well as you have to should be marked. This is number of students, this is mark. And after that, these four rectangles, at least these four rectangles should be marked correctly. These four rectangles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. First four rectangles are considered, and correctly you have marked, then you will get 1 mark. And finding mode, you should have drawn this. Okay, from the top rectangle, you should have selected top right corner to the previous top right corner, and from the top left corner to the next top left corner. After that, you have to draw a perpendicular from that. If you have drawn these and you have written mode, then you will get 1 mark. Median class is 20 to 25. For that, median class is the class in which n by 2th observation occurs. So for that, you need the cumulative frequency. Once you make cumulative frequency, the number of observation is 130. So 130 divided by 2 is 65. 65th observation, you see that first 16 observation is coming here. Then 17 to 40 observation is coming in this class, and 41 to 76 observations are coming. So 65th observation will come in this class. So 20 to 25, that is the median class. So writing the median class, you will get 1 mark. So not written median class, you may lose the mark. So we'll move on to the next question, 10A. 10A is a ogive graph. See, ogive graph, the scale is given. So you have to follow the scale. Before that, you have to write the cumulative frequency. So you are getting cumulative frequency as last 140. The value is 140. So writing the cumulative frequency, 1 mark. After that, with proper scale on x-axis, points plotted correctly, will get 1 mark. And you have to draw a smooth S curve, and the tip should be joined to the first lower limit of the first class. Like I'll show the graph. Here you see that this point should be connected to x-axis, and that the first lower limit of the first class. Here I draw a king because equal interval is not taken. 0 to 15 I have taken 2 centimeter is 0 to 15, and here see 15 to 20 there is 10 difference, here 15 difference. So king is necessary, you have to draw. Somebody started with after 3 centimeter, here directly 15, and after that you have taken, and then it is correct. Now median, finding median n by 2th observation. So n by 2th observation means 70th observation, that is coming as 46. Okay, and upper quartile is 3n by 4th observation, that is coming as 55.5, and lower quartile is coming as 34. Okay, 34 plus or minus 1 is allowed. And so marking here 3 marks, 4 marks, and graph 2 marks, 6 marks. Now the 10B part, here without using, I've used basic proportionality theorem, but if I've proved these two triangles are similar, then also you'll get this value. A is 4.8, and getting the value of A is 4.8 in any one of the method, you will get 1 mark. After that, these two triangles to be proved as similar triangles. AED and ABC are similar triangles. If you prove that they are similar triangles, and you have to use the area theorem of similarity, and you have to get the ratio. So area of this trapezium can be found by subtracting the area of AED from ABC. So if I've done that, here you cannot calculate the area, so you have to use the ratio. Area theorem of similarity must be used here, and using area theorem of similarity, and okay, you have to prove first before using the area theorem. These two triangles are to be proved, as then you will get 1 mark. And you have used area theorem correctly, you will get 1 mark. And finding finally you have to write the ratio in this ratio form. The answer must be written in ratio form, otherwise you may lose 1 mark here. Okay, now we will move on to question 11a. 11a is you have to find out the so first 7 terms. Sum of us 7 term is 63, and next 7 term is 160. That means 8th term to 14th term. Okay, that is 161. So if you use that formula, sum of n terms, you will get one equation, and here you will get an equation. And if you solve them, you will get the values of a and d, and using that, if you get, you have to find out the 20th term. So finding 20th term 1 mark, getting the values of a and d 1 mark, and here substitution in the formula will get 1 mark. So now 11b, and here you see that finding mark price will get 1 mark. And see, the price after discount will be 11,172. 18% GST will be charged on this. So that will be, customer has to pay. Up to this much you have done correctly, you will get 2 marks. Here many students have made this. Many students have written amount of tax received by the state government by the received. This is this answer. But amount of tax paid by the shopkeeper will not be this, because the shopkeeper will get a refund from the GST council. So what is you have to do actually? See, while purchasing, he paid a GST to the manufacturer. How much? That is 18 percentage of 10,000. That is 1800 already GST paid by the shopkeeper. That you have to consider as input GST for the shopkeeper. Now, he's while selling the goods, is charging GST. Okay, that is 2010.96. So the difference actually he will pay actually. Okay, so here, so GST, actual GST amount of tax paid by the shopkeeper. See, one output GST, while selling this, he is charging this much from the shop customer. While purchasing, he paid this much. So difference is 210.96. So GST paid by the shopkeeper actually will be 105.48. So this is the answer. Okay, many of the students have written this as an answer. So that is not correct. You have to write amount of tax. So see, what when it is has amount of tax received by the government on sale of this item, then this is correct. But when it is as amount of GST paid by the shopkeeper, then actually after refund how much he is paying, that only you have to show. Okay. Now, last question is a reflection question based on reflection. You see that x is equal to 3. X is equal to 3 means a line parallel to y-axis passing through this. This line is x is equal to 3. Using this line, you have to reflect these points. So, these points D and A will be here. So, if you correctly plot this point, and you will get a pentagon structure. And if you have to reflect in the line, we see this question says if you have to reflect these points in the line y is equal to 0. Y is equal to 0 means x-axis. So many students have reflected using y-axis. So it is incorrect. You have to reflect using x-axis. So these are the points. And the geometrical name of the figure is pentagon. And area of this will be 14 square units, 14 square centimeter if you write, that is also correct. And one mark for finding area, 1 mark for naming the figure. But if you are naming the figure should be looking like this only. If you have drawn any other figure, you write pentagon, then it will be wrong. And after that, these 3 points you have reflected correctly, 1 mark, and finding a, 1 mark. So a is 0 comma 0. I think you understood the marking scheme. and I found it useful to you. Thank you, children.